Dr. Robert Cappetta currently teaches at the University of Illinois at Chicago after spending 27 years at Illinois community colleges. His PhD research focuses on how students develop conceptual understanding in mathematics.
Hey there, that's me, and that's Rod Blagojevich, who is in jail. One of many Illinois governors who have gone to jail. So I'm going to do some bashing of politicians on both sides of the aisle, so we'll start with him. He tried to sell Obama's Senate seat, so he's in prison, I think, for the next 14 years. In Illinois, we've had no budget for 20 months now because the governor, a Republican, and the leader of the House, a Democrat, will not agree on a budget. We've had universities who have almost closed. Chicago State University has laid off numerous people. And you can see $400 million in interest payments because of no budget. There's the 4 governors who have gone to jail. Governors who have been in office in my lifetime. 4 of them have gone to jail. Mainly because of failure of quantitative literacy. The focus of my discussion is people don't know about numbers. Chicago sold all of the parking meters for $1.16 billion. That sounds like a lot of money. That's a failure of quantitative literacy. Matt Taibbi said they're worth at least $5 billion. I think they're worth more. So I've broken it down. 4,000 meters in the loop. You can never find a meter in the loop. 6,000 meters downtown. You can rarely find a meter downtown. So looking at the possible hours they would be used, I'm predicting it's about $241 million a year in revenue they could have brought in, yet they sold it for $1 million. Primary goals, what are they? Safety? You think so? Or is it revenue?
Money.
What's the reason? Do you guys have red light cameras in California? Yeah, you had an issue in the East Bay, I believe, recently where they had to give a whole bunch of money back because of some issues. Here's a mathematical equation for yellow light times. You can't write this down in 20 seconds, but there it is. And you can see it's based on one thing that's interesting, 85th percentile of the approach speed. Do you think the 85th percentile is a speed limit? I don't think so. Anyway, according to that, based on certain numbers, it should be 3.2 seconds, at least. What is it, though? The reality is it's a whole lot more than that in most cities. But if your yellow light times are too long, people aren't going to get tickets. Take a look at what they are around the country. So in Chicago, we had a 3-second yellow light. In California, we're 3.7, significantly longer than that. And again, Chicago used 85th percentile as a speed limit, but we know most people speed. So that's wrong. So what does the research tell us? These red light cameras can actually decrease T-bone collisions, but increase rear-end collisions. They also tell us that if there's a light that doesn't have many accidents, you put in a red light camera, you greatly increase the number of accidents. They are good when you have bad intersections. That's when you can see a difference. This person went to jail, $2 million scheme to try to put red light cameras in Chicago. She got 30 months in prison. She was the CEO of this Redflex Corporation. You can see what happened to its stock values. But they basically were paying $2,000 per camera for every light they put in Chicago. The guy that was convicted of collecting the money was given 10 years in prison. So I guess there's some good news there. But you can see, that's what happened there. Now here's my story. You think red light cameras are about safety? I got a red light camera on March 1st, 2000 whatever, because I did not pay for my tax. Because I thought that I could go to the currency exchange and get it later in the day. But you know what? A red light camera caught me. Now how does me not paying for my tax on the first day of the month make an issue? Well, I had to pay that ticket. Anyway, what's happening to this company? Railroad crossings? I think that would be a good place to have red light cameras. School bus cameras? That's happening now. You go by a school bus, there's a good chance you're going to get a ticket. So here's what we see. 9% reduction in total injury crashes, 41% reduction in right angle and turning injury crashes, 61% increase in rear end injury collisions because of these red light cameras. So is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? I'll let you guys decide that. Here's a more sophisticated analysis. 5% increase in total injury crashes, not significant. 15% reduction in right angle and turning injury crashes and a 22% increase in rear end injury. So are the red light cameras really reducing fatalities? Are they really reducing injuries? According to this research from Texas A&M, not really. We are reducing T-bones, but the reality is you put in a red light camera where there's not many accidents, it's doing much more harm than good. And the city cannot say why they're putting in the cameras where they put them. Is it effective? 600 million since 2003. Current estimate 70 million per year. If the goal is raising revenue, they are effective. There's no doubt about that. But is this the end of the story? I don't think so. Because you know what? This company hasn't gone away. 3 people have gone to prison, yet this company is allowed to bid on future contracts. So a failure of quantitative literacy? I think so. Before they were approved, we needed to show they were effective. That certainly did not happen. So teach your students basic mathematics. Have them keep their elected officials honest. Thank you so much.